Hey, hi, it's Meredith. I'm here with our message for Tuesday, the 3rd of March, 2020. Nice numbers today. 03032020. Pretty nifty. We're back with Bonefire Tarot. Uh, it just keeps calling to me. It is one of my most consistent, reliable decks. And it feels as though the energy atmosphere has been just a touch tumultuous. So it's nice to have something reliable like Bonefire here on the table. So let's get started with that. We had two come off the bottom of the deck. This is our potential theme in the day. And our first card is Eight of Pentacles. Well, how's that for consistency? Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. Keep on keeping on. You know, this card has shown up quite a bit lately. I'm glad to see it. It's not one we pull often here on the channel. And as I tell you, eights in tarot are movement. In the suit of Pentacles, that movement can appear very slow. And I do remind you that the 8 is closer to the 10 than it is to the ace, which means you're deep in the journey. And you're closer than you think. You're closer to the 10 than you can perceive or feel at this time. The 10 of coins, of course, is long-term happiness fulfillment. It's a legacy card. There's so much energy on offer in that card. You have more than enough to spare and share. And when you're at the 8, you're at a leg of the journey that feels... That was weird. I have every light on in this room. There are 5 lights on in here because it's somewhere around 5 a.m. and I just saw a shadow out of the periphery on my left side. That was a little strange. And I have goosebumps. So, perhaps we're being visited. Anyway, let's get back to the 8. Whew, that threw me, so I don't know where I left off. Anyway, the 8 is the keep on keeping on card. It's that kind of movement. In the suit of Pentacles, it appears to move slow. Part of the journey can feel a little arduous. And usually when you see this 8 in some way, you kind of want to throw in the towel on something, but you know you can't. And the other beautiful aspect of this 8 is that you're witnessing self-mastery in action here. You know, she's done all these coins, and she's going to keep making them until it's time to do something different, and clearly it's not here. And what's happening is that she's gaining mastery. Each one is a little bit better than the other. And this is the kind of energy we invest to what is valuable to us. And there are times where, you know, like I just said, you just want to scratch the whole project. It's not an option. You're this far in and you've come this far and you've put so much of an energy investment into the foundation that you've been creating, crafting in collaboration with the divine all that is. So don't stop now, don't quit. Coming with this card is Temperance. And what an excellent card to accompany this 8, because Temperance is change. So things are about to change and shift. And there's a reconciling of energies going on here when you see the Temperance card. It's an alchemy card. And it's a fiery Sagittarius energy, so there's a bit of fun and there's a bit of whimsy on it too, believe it or not. So next to the 8, it's a good pairing. It gives you that little boost of something. It's also messages from your guides, your angels, your intuitive gifts. So you may have some inspired bit of intuitive awareness today where you consider something you hadn't before, but it really goes so well with what you're mastering here on the 8. So you have a little bit of an epiphany with that Temperance card sitting right next to it. When you see the Temperance card, there is harmony coming, balance coming to energies that you have known to be volatile. And that's the feeling I have here on the 8. You may come into contact with something that's slightly volatile within you in your own self relationship. What your trigger point is for X, Y, or Z may get triggered, and you may feel that old familiar volatility rise up in yourself in a sense of angry frustration even, and then Temperance washes over you right away quickly because you want to upgrade the frequency. This is not an energy you want to invest in. You don't want to dwell there. So let's see what's on offer in the rest of the cards. And we start with the Emperor. How beautiful. I love that we're seeing him so much lately too. You know, here in the Bonefire deck, he is holding an Ankh. I think that's how you say that properly. It's the Egyptian hieroglyph for life. And I don't know that I've ever really brought much attention to it. You know, instead I focus so much when I turn this card over on the inexhaustible wisdom and experience that the Emperor has to offer. And recently I was reading up on this Egyptian symbol, and I wanted to know more about it because I see it in more than one tarot deck. And what I was reading is that it does symbolize the breath of life in the Egyptian, I don't know what to call that, mythology? Not so much mythology. Anyway, the Egyptians believed that this symbolized life, the breath of life, and only one part of the eternal journey. And that's what really caught my attention. So when I saw it again here in Bonefire, and the Emperor holding it, it's, as it represents only one part of the eternal journey, this now represents that the Emperor may be tapping collectively the wisdom of every life he's ever lived, and he can channel that at random. So it gives a whole new perspective to the Emperor for me intuitively, in the sense that he does have so much to share. He gets called the know-it-all because he has so much experience, but let's expand that and let's go really deep with that information. This kind of experience represented by the Egyptian Ankh, breath of life, leg of a spiritual journey, but only one leg of an eternal journey. So it's part of, you know, 1 foot in the mortal world, 1 foot in the afterlife, and he's a bridge and channeling that information to this life, this now. Yeah, that's why we're doing what we're doing over here on the 8, and being a disciple to our own craft, whatever it is that we are crafting at this time. And we are coming into a phase of it where we do require some guidance. You know, this is strong angelic guidance on the Temperance card, followed by the Emperor holding an Ankh with a foot in more than one world here, potentially channeling, psychically intuiting from the totality of his life experience, and life not being limited to just this one. So you may be doing just that kind of channeling in your day. And then we have the World. You know, it's the last card in the major arcana. We've got 3 major arcana down on the table now, and the World is reward of prior effort. So perhaps it's reward of prior experience here, and it's coming through the Emperor as we bring temperance and change to something that, my feeling, launches where we are from the 8 well past the 10. So the information that comes to us intuitively within the day or the next few days has the potential to move us out of, let's say, the doldrums of the 8 and into the celebration of the World. Yeah, There's something else here with that world card, though. There's a rapturous energy of the divine spark on this card. And if we go deep with that, and we celebrate the reward that the world represents, it's really the universe laying the world out at your feet for the journey through the major arcana. Every experience you've had in that journey, the fool's journey through, right? And here we've come to some real powerhouse cards out of the major arcana, and that 8 is not to be ignored either. Yes, it's of the minor suit, but it is equally important because we are paying attention to the dedication, the energetic investment that we have put into the journey, and it's paying a tremendous reward. What comes with it? Perfect. Okay, Page of Coins. Yeah, and we're making something of it, you know? It's, you can see your higher self-awareness here in Temperance, in the Emperor, in the World. You can see your earthly self here on the 8, and you see your earthly self, your waking consciousness here in this page, where this go-round, you may not feel like you have the experience of the Emperor, but what we're getting here is that you call on or call up that energy as you need it, or that information, wisdom, whatever it is, and you channel it to your own self. This is how you make your world so happy, satisfying, and fulfilling on your foundation. And at times you may be really inexperienced and not knowing at all what you're doing, but you have trust and faith in your own self, because you can look into your hindsight and see how many times you've done this. And then the Empress. How perfect is that? The matched set, the mother and father of the tarot, making the sandwich here in the reading. These are beautiful bookends to have when it comes to a tarot reading. She is life. And he's holding life right there, symbolized in his hand. But here she is on the other side of the reading. So together, these two, divine masculine, divine feminine. So this is divine masculine, divine feminine within you. This is you harmonized and balanced, being very disciplined in what it is you have your heart set on, and you are in deep co-creation with the divine all that is to create the world of your dreams. 6 little cards in a very deep reading. My feeling is that you're to take this message with you into your day and go as deep as you possibly can with it, because this is just scratching the surface. So she's abundance, fertility, vitality, life. She incubates, she gives birth, she makes something out of nothing. And you can see that this may be our waking consciousness, earthly contribution here. This little page making lemonade out of lemons. You know, that's our effort here today. And this is the universe taking that effort and handing you the world. Fantastic, right? Let's follow that with angel answers. You know what to do. If you've got a question, this is the time and the season for asking your question. And we have, look at this, big happy changes. Yeah. You know it. Temperance in this card is the word happy. That is the fulcrum, because it is the happy that makes the big change. And it doesn't look like we're doing much. And the 8 could feel like, oh, ho hum, it's so boring, so boring. But you have an emperor and an empress. You have the world and you have temperance. Put all that on your wheel of fortune and spin it. Let these cards be a confirmation to you as well. We've got 3 of them on the floor. Remain positive, yes. Trust yourself, yes. Trust the journey, and look for a sign. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. And if you need one, do ask for one. And the universe responds rather quickly. And if you haven't seen it or you haven't caught it, you keep asking, because eventually you're going to get it. All right, our affirmation from the universe has your back is, my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. Hey now. Well, this deck, it never fails us, does it? It summarizes the reading in one card. I love that. Let's do our spirit animal. And update on spirit animal from yesterday. That was a little white hen. I had to look it up in the box that this deck came in, but that is the only little bird that fit the bill. Pun intended. Okay, what's our spirit animal today, and can we recognize it? This is interesting. We have the possum. A possum can play dead. Yeah, it's one of its survival techniques. So I find it interesting. I need to read up on this myself. This is for us to investigate today. But I find it interesting that we have the emperor holding the ankh, the symbol of life, and we have the possum that can play dead. So check that out today. See where it takes you. What little rabbit hole do you go down with this one? Thank you so much for watching. As always, please do like, share, subscribe. It's appreciated. Leave comments if it's in your heart to do so. Have a beautiful Tuesday. You know it's my favorite day of the week. One of them anyway. Peace, love, joy, blessings, happiness, and of course, namaste. Bye for now, folks.